Thank you. I just can sense the excitement and the level which is increased now. I can all hear that vibes. Moving on, it's my honor to invite Mr. Uday Sharma, General Manager, Fortune and Valley View. He has been the alumni of IHM Pusa, New Delhi. He has acquired postgraduate degree from IMI Delhi in International Management. During his working tenure, he has also completed e-Cornell program in Revenue Management and Hotel Food Service Management. To add to his experience, he started his career as HET at ITC Welcome Group, followed with Sea Rock Rajputana, Umaid Bhavan Palace, the Grand New Delhi, and presently with the ITC Welcome Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Uday Sharma, General Manager, Fortune and Valley View. On behalf of Vaksha family, I welcome you, sir. He would be your mentor and guide during the internal training program. I would now request Mr. Uday Sharma to give the freshers an insight on the same.
Good morning, everyone. Respected ma'am, parents, and dear students. Welcome to the orientation of both the courses. I'll just take you on you're embarking on a new journey after your 12th graduation or the career that you have chosen on a new journey. So I'll take you where, what is going to be the market scenario or expected market scenario when you pass out, whether in 3 years or 4 years from now. Because a lot of you will be wanting to join this industry, whether working for somebody or doing your own business. So the market does matter, and so I'll just take you for a quick presentation, and welcome to Manipal. So that's the expected room night demand or the growth of room nights between 2000 to 2014-15. Of course, we know that post 2008 there were some challenging years for the hospitality industry. Things are picking up now over the last few 2-3 years, and the market remains bullish or upbeat for the future. So that's basically the existing supply for various cities that is there between 2006 to 14. Of course, Delhi, Gurgaon, and the metros lead in the supply chain. The top 20 hotel brands by existing inventory in 2014-15, it's the Taj with all the brands, then followed by the ITC hotels with all the brands, and so on. There is good growth expected in the next 4-5 years. The metros are going to grow in case of the inventory that is going to add up. Also, the so-called B-class cities, which are going to where the inventories are going to add up. Now, it takes about minimum 2 to 4 years for the hotel from the start stage to the commencement stage. So that's the amount of time it takes for a hotel from the commencement or from the drawing board to the commencement. Now, that's the branded across the various cities in India. And there's, of course, a growth of room supply in the whole country. And that's branded. As we know, there are multiple new players that are coming up. As in the transport segment, in the room inventory also, I'm sure all of you know, have heard, Airbnb is a new entrant, which a lot of people in the leisure, education tourism, medical tourism want to go there. Saves a lot of costs, and they want to get that experience of that place with a family or a hotel, and saves costs. That's the average room rate, as we say. This is the luxury or the upmarket segment. The average room rate has by and large remained steady in the last 3 to 4 years. It went down. It in fact virtually tanked from 2007 to about 2009. But after that, it's grown and remained steady from 2011-12 onwards. While you're here, I just talked about rooms. While you're here, this is coastal Karnataka. Is the coast. So you must also try and get some expertise in the coastal cuisine. That's Mangalorean cuisine, Udupi cuisine. It's very famous. Obviously, you learn, I'm sure, the coastal cuisine, and also try and taste and learn how to cook this coastal cuisine. It's quite famous, both the Mangalorean and the Udupi cuisine. So I wish you all the very best in your starting off your journey, and I'm sure we'll be interacting in the next 3 to 4 years when you do come to us, and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to introduce one of the illustrious alumnus of Vaksha, Ms. Serena Menezes. She has a professionally rich experience of 24 years in the hospitality and the service industries at various capacities. She started her professional career with ITC Sea Rock Sheraton. Ms. Menezes contributed to the Oberoi Hotels Mumbai prospectus, reading UK and Kanna Hotels and Private Limited Mumbai. Currently, she is heading the sales and marketing department as the vice president at the club Mumbai, which is one of India's premier leading private health, fitness and recreation club within the hospitality industry. As part of the senior management team, Ms. Menezes was instrumental in launching, developing and executing strategic marketing plans to promote the brands that she was associated with. Her expertise include client need assessment, brand management, market research and networking. Welcome to a very versatile personality, Ms. Serena Menezes.
For that illustrious introduction. Hi everyone. Oh my goodness, look at the amount of faces. So I was saying to Mrs. Gopalakrishnan, I said, how many children this time in this batch? And she said, 350, which is approximately 900 of you today here. So welcome. Like Vikas said, we alumni would do anything for Vaksha and Manipal University. We are very, very proud. We are very, very proud of being an alumni of Manipal University. I think, my mom and dad always said that you have to go to one of the good schools, one of the good colleges. And so I did go to good school. I am from Bombay. So I went to St. Xavier's College, which is also one of the best. But I think the bestest, if there's a word like that, is Vaksha and Manipal University. Totally. I was saying to ma'am, I wish one of my children would come to this university, but none of them desire to do any of the courses here. So the older one has gone off to do her design course. She's creative. And the younger one wants to go to law school. So ma'am, yeah. Well, it is indeed a privilege to be invited to speak here. To the parents, and to the students of the 31st course, and of course to the present students here. And again, I welcome you to the best hotel management in this country, best college in this country. It was about 27 years ago that I walked into this college and was sitting where all of you are sitting here today. I was part of the class of the 4th course. Okay, so that was in 1989. And back then, Vaksha was very less known. There were just 2 people who had a great vision for this college to make it what it is today, and to produce a robust alumni that are spread all over the world and all over this country. And today I salute them. I take this opportunity to really salute them, and that is Dr. Ramdas Pai and the late Mr. Sundaresh Prasad, our first principal of this college. I remember Mr. Prasad's words to us on the orientation day. So we did have an orientation day like this, but it didn't have parents and it didn't have present students. It just had us. And anyone want to take a guess how many we were? Huh? No, not so bad. We were about 58 of us. So Mr. Prasad said these words to us, which still resounds in my head till today. He said, you know, you are the future managers of this industry. The hotel industry has enough cooks, stewards, and maîtres, but you are here to become future leaders, and that is how I see you. So I'm proud to say that I represent our dear alumni who have lived Mr. Prasad's dreams and the vision today. 30 courses have graduated to become successful leaders all around the world at leading hotels, multinationals, even running their own businesses today. And one thing I have learned over the years is it takes one man to dream and cast a vision, and another to take that vision to fulfillment. One person can't do everything. We all know that. And those people have been our dear faculty, the past, present, and Mrs. Gopalakrishnan and her team. And each and every one that you will meet today when you interact with them today. They work tirelessly. Teaching is a thankless job. So I want to make a request today. Can I ask you please to stand up and applaud these people who are in front of us and all the ones who have come and gone and made Vaksha what it is today. Thank you so much for being so obedient. It's always such a wonderful feeling to come back to Manipal. I've come back, I think, about 4 or 5 times on various occasions to do various things. And I feel I just haven't left this place. Like Vikas said, I think we've left our heart here. And I love the warmth in which we are welcomed back. When I meet Miss Vidya and Arun, when I meet Miss Shrilata, Mrs. Vidya Pratap, who I had breakfast with this morning, she was my French teacher and I failed in French. And the staff of Valley View and even Vincent and even Bala. Vincent was a telephone operator and Bala is the guy who picks your bags. And Ramesh from the shop. So there's a shop in Valley View and there's a guy called Ramesh. Oh my God, it's amazing to see how they're still like that. They haven't grown old. I think they eat some youth pills or something. They just haven't grown old, just as they are. So it's amazing. And I'm really a proud alumnus of this college. And one thing I'm confident of is that each of you and every parent in this room is going to be very proud of being an alumni of this university. I keep saying that over again. So, I want to address 2 sets of people today. One is the students and one are the parents, of course. I don't know how the selection and the entrance process to join Vaksha is today. I should have asked, but I'm not too sure. But during our time, it was very tough to get into this college. It was a coveted college. It was the only college that was offering a degree in hotel management. And for my batch, we were told there were 4,000 applications, out of which 300 were shortlisted. There were 3 rounds. There was a written exam, there was a group discussion round, and then there was a personal interview round. And out of the 4,000 applications for my batch, they took 18 girls and 40 boys. So I remember sitting in front of a panel of 5 when we came for the interview, and there was Mr. Prasad, Mr. Ramdas Pai, and 3 other faculty members, and they asked me, why do you want to join the hotel industry? I mean, all I knew was I have to join a hotel school. Industry was like a big word. And I said to them, I love working with people. I just love people. And I get the energy and the excitement from working with people. I cannot find myself working or doing anything else but enjoy working with people. And I think that is what you require. I mean, look at Vikas today. It's 1 o'clock there, But looking at all of us, look at his energy. I would have been, anyone else would have been falling apart. But look at the energy he has. So passion is one thing. And working with people and not getting tired of people is what this industry will demand of you. And if you have that, don't worry about how to become a Michelin chef, honestly. It will come. It will come in its time. But just take one step at a time. Don't worry about CIA, joining the culinary school. Just do what you're supposed to do at the moment, where you are and with whom you are around you. And that's enough for the moment. We dream and think too much. So that would be my advice to you. I don't know what prompted you to join this hotel industry or this hotel school. For a lot of you, how many of you all want to become entrepreneurs? Oh, good many. And how many of you would be looking for a job? Yeah, cool. So one of the things I marvel with you young people is how clearly you all know what you all want to do. Amazing. That's very, very good. I mean, the clarity of thought is so good these days compared to our days when we're like, oh yeah, let's go with the flow. Let's figure out when we come to the bridge, we'll cross it, we'll figure it out. So I don't know what birthed the idea in you to join the hotel industry, but let me tell you my story. And I'm amazed by it myself so many times. I still can't get over it. So the idea of joining the hotel industry birthed in me when I was just 12 years old. So my dad was working overseas, and he had sent us a parcel through a colleague of his who was staying in the erstwhile Centaur Hotel in Bombay. Anyone heard of the Centaur Hotel? At least the oldies my age. So he said, go there and go to this place, go to the reception and pick it up from the reception. And I'd never walked into a 5-star before, or hotel before, and I remember walking in there, the lobby door opened, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I walked up to the reception, and I said, I'm looking for this gentleman, and I need this parcel. And I found her so polite, so sweet, so kind, which is so, you don't find that. A shopkeeper is not so kind, isn't he? So, and I said, wow, these people just love what they're doing. Look at them smiling. Look at them talking to us so politely and so nicely. And I just love how everything is synchronized and everybody's working so well. Of course, little do we know the chaos downstairs. But I said, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be, 10, 15 years down the line. And we used to live in Bandra, and there was the Sea Rock Hotel there. And we would frequently go there, and I would walk in the lobbies, just walk in the lobbies. I know why I would haunt Sea Rock. But at the age of 18, I would just walk around and I would say, oh, that's front office. Oh, that's the restaurant. Oh, that's the bakery. And I would just walk the corridors, just in and out, and I would say, one day I want to join this place, not knowing how I would do it. But you see, this is what I was saying. Just go step by step. Things will open up. Doors will open up. You will know where to go. Don't worry too much. Like he said, don't take stress. Don't worry about it. There's a place for each and every one of us in this world. We just have to find it. That's it. Anyway, so parents, I know how you feel as you sit here today, all ready to let go of your child. 20 days ago, I dropped my 17-year-old to Bangalore to do her bachelor's degree in design. And another great institution, and where she will spend her 4 years learning and developing in her chosen field. So as a parent, I was sitting in your place wondering, has she done the right thing? Has she not done the right thing? How will this all work out? Whatever. And I understand the anxiety. Many of you are letting go of your only child, maybe the youngest child, maybe the oldest child. I'm told there are not only parents here today, but brothers, sisters, grandparents. Can I assure you that it's going to be fine? Your child is going to blossom here. he or she is going to pick up life skills. And most of all, to accept people and develop their people and leadership skills in this place, which is the two things which is foremost required in this industry. Yes, you learn to cook, you learn to clean, you learn to do housekeeping, you learn to do finance, you learn to do everything, all of those. But I think the two things that you have to really, really learn here is there are people coming from different parts of the country, different backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, different cultures. And these are the type of people you will work with in future as well. And one of the things we have to learn is to accept them how they are, to be tolerant of how they are, because you will manage people. You will have to manage people. You cannot work like a computer programmer sitting in one corner in front with a computer and just doing your own bit. It doesn't work in this industry. And the values that the parents you have instilled in your child, it will be played out here and developed here. This is where he will have to learn to step up and step out and to embrace this industry. And it's not easy. It's going to require a lot of hard work. There will be, homesickness. There will be a lot of long hours and great passion required. But like I said, there's a wonderful faculty here. They are here to help you and help your child. Okay? So, I don't know if you realize this, and ma'am, I don't know whether you've thought about this, but this batch, 4 years from now, they will be the batch of 2020. And the 3 years batch will be the batch of 2019. I can't imagine what 2020 is going to look like for the industry, for India, for the market, and you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared to learn and read and understand what is happening in your industry and what is going to happen. This you will not get from your Thangam Philip books and all those books that are on the library shelves. But this you will get from reading, understanding about the industry when you go for your internship or for your industrial training. So be open to that. Vikas didn't know he's going to be this. He was just open to learning. He was open to failures. So one of the things the dean of my daughter's college said at her orientation was, in our college, we do experimental learning. So we experiment a lot, which means we fail a lot. And she said, it's absolutely fine to fail. Failure teaches you to become better and better and better. So I think that's what Vikas said as well, right? He failed. He felt he failed the college, failed the institution, failed in whatever he put his hands to, but he doesn't regret it. He just does not regret it. So for every success, there are probably 8 to 9 failures. And it's all right. It's absolutely fine to fail. Okay? Another thing I want to talk about is placements. I know Mrs. Gopalakrishnan touched on that, and I think that's one of the concerns parents have about placements. And we lay too much emphasis on this. This is not an engineering college where people will go on to, these big chip companies or whatever, because we work a lot with creativity. We'll work a lot with people. And sometimes these recruiters come and put you in a mold. I want this kind of a student. I want this kind of an employee. You know what? Let them take those molds and go. Don't worry about that. Okay, students from Vaksha have got brilliant placements, but I wonder if they're still in those placements. If this is so much of a concern, you must hear my story. When I left Vaksha, I didn't have a job. I didn't get my placement I wanted. I loved ITC. I loved Welcome Group, and I wanted to join Welcome Group and ITC. And in those days, our aim or our goal was to climb the GM ladder, to become a GM one day. Nobody in my batch is a GM. They don't even want to be. But they are doing brilliantly wherever they are. One of them is a managing director with JLL, Jones Lang LaSalle. Another one heads Cushman & Wakefield. Somebody else is designing restaurants. Somebody else owns his own restaurant. So don't worry about placement. So when I left here, I was so keen on joining ITC, and I went to the first round, second round, third round, and then I was dropped because I didn't have a big daddy somewhere. And I remember I rang my mom and dad and I said, oh my God, I'm going to come back with my baggage, no job in hand and all that. And you know what my mom said? So, it's not the end of the world. Just pack your bags and come. Then we'll see what we can do. And remember Vikas said, your family is your backbone. Your family understands you. Your family will welcome you whenever you fail. So don't worry about placements. If you get a placement and whatever you wanted, great. But follow your passion. Make sure that you are knowing what to do next. Don't worry about what you're going to do 5 years down the line. If you just know what you're going to do next, that's enough. So you want to know what happened to me after I went back? So I went back to Bombay and I said, I'm never ever going to join ITC. Never ever. Okay, in those days, ITC and Taj used to come to recruit us. Oberoi used to never. Oberoi never accepted anyone else but their own people. So I went back and I applied everywhere in Bombay. And I told you I used to live very close to Sea Rock. I told you I always loved that hotel, but I said I will not apply. I'm very upset with these guys. So I was throwing a tantrum. And I didn't get in anywhere. It was 2 months. My mom and dad were cool about it. They said, chill, don't worry about it. And there was this classmate of mine who came home and she said, hey, Serena, please come with me to Sea Rock. You know Mr. Bejel there, right? He was the GM at that time.